Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's indoor adventure in our D&D 5th Edition Homebrew campaign with all of these wonderful people. Before we begin, I would like to say happy birthday, me. It's not my real birthday, but this is the first indoor adventure that we've had since we hit the 1-year anniversary of this is like a YouTube channel, Twitch experience thing. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody for helping make this kind of like our reality. It's weird, but I like it. And so I wanted to say thank you. But that is it for me. So, RJ, who are you playing this week?
Hey everybody, I am RJ and I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Cleric.
Excellent.
I'm LB and I'm playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian.
I'm Cyber. I'm playing Blake. He's Blood Hunter, Dragonborn.
Yeah. I'm Danae, and I'm playing Cori, the Eldrin Paladin, and we've done this before.
Yep.
Did you say Faladin?
That's different.
Amazing. So, before we begin as well, you can currently find us live at twitch.tv/The Indoor Adventurer, Monday, Tuesday, not this Wednesday, and this Thursday, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we're always working on providing even more awesome content for you guys. And then, of course, you can catch us, our VODs at youtube.com/The Indoor Adventurer, or if you would like to listen in, as you probably have been on the audio cast, since there are like 7,000 downloads / listens on the audio cast now. Ridiculous, but you can find us at either anchor.fm/indooradventures or indooradventures.podbean.com. That is it for the spiel, I swear. Other than, you guys know what time it is. Hey fella, how's it going? It's me, your old friend, Indoor McMurcherson. I don't know, Matthew Murcher? No, that doesn't work. Anyways, we have merch in our store at bit.ly/indoormerch. So if you want to go there and get an awesome mug, a t-shirt like LB's wearing, a t-shirt like I am wearing with the Moon Maidens on it. I fucking love this shirt so much. You can find it there at Indoor Merch after the bit.ly. We also got some sweet mugs. I love this mug. It is good and full of water for sure. But that is it for our merch pitch. There's also an extension now below in the Twitch chat, or in the Twitch description. So if you are really curious as to what products we have available, you can check it out live as we play, because why not? All right. That is not how that worked at all. It's happened last week too, and now I just feel absolutely ridiculous, but that's okay. We're just making it work. So, for the last time, I swear, that's it for the pitches. But where we were last week, Gwen was off doing her own thing, competing in the Iron Crin competition, while the rest of you three decided to go and talk to the Bronze Dragon ruler of the Isle of Arathsk, the Dragon Man himself, Arathsk. Upon meeting him, you ended up having a pretty good conversation, kind of talking about a lot of the lore involving the disappearance of dragons, as well as delving into a little bit of the sundering, which you found out was caused by the elves, because why not? You then decided to go and do a quick gig for Arathsk, where you ended up going into the 16th layer of the Cobalt Mines beneath the island, where you ended up encountering several Gricks and helping a small kobold named Peck get his promotion to being a secondary guard captain. You guys then went back to the Greyboar Tavern, where you had found out that Gwen had come by and left Cybra in Greybeard's care while you guys came about, and decided that Blake, anyways, was going to have another conversation with Tarlayan to see where exactly he stood with all of this new information that you guys had gathered after talking to Arathsk. So, where we are going to pick up this week is actually going to be with our dear friend, Gwen. So, Gwen, last week, you had heard of the Iron Crin competition, which was essentially like a strongman / bodybuilding competition, which just made you all sorts of excited because your friends had said that they were just going to be reading that day, and man, no
Did
thanks.
they not?
Yeah, no. So you ended up riding on Cybra's back off to the competition. And while you were at this competition, you did not end up winning the 700 gold piece prize. Instead, you lost that portion of the competition to a minotaur by the name of Maldo, that your party members had actually talked to later in that day, but you are unaware of that. But more of just putting for reference for the other three. Then, after having gone and completed your 6th place victory, you actually won a iron bar that was about this long, and it looks like it has like a key ring holder on it. Like you'd be able to loop it onto something if you wanted to. But it's more of and you can see that carved into it in giant is 6.
Great. Gwen's super happy. That's a lie. She's pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then I was going to say, you then went back to the Grey Boar Tavern, where you just kind of needed to be alone for a little bit. And so that is why you left Cybra with Greybeard, is that you just didn't want to be a dog mom for a hot minute. You just wanted to be Gwen.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
I think Gwen is going to go to the only place that she knows is kind of uninhabited in this area, which is the beach. And then she's going to go find thick trees and try to punch them.
Okay.
Well, she's going to punch them.
All right. Sounds good. So how long are you spending just kind of punching?
Probably a good 20 minutes actually punching, and then maybe washing her hands in the salt water with all the cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
And then maybe just sitting on the beach, looking out at the ocean, contemplating life. Maybe she'll play her flute too.
Okay.
She'll probably stay out there for a couple hours.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you just kind of find your center after playing your flute, sitting on the beach and just kind of listening to the waves roll in. As much as you hate being in the water, the sound of the water is still pretty cool and is one of the reasons why that you enjoyed being in Shroudport for as long as you did. Mm-hmm. And as you continue to play your flute, you're just making sure to stay hydrated, all of that. And as you continue to play, you actually feel your eyelids becoming heavier until eventually you kind of find yourself taking this almost impromptu nap while you are out on the beach, just sitting cross-legged with your flute out. Mm-hmm. And as you have your eyes closed and you're kind of just contemplating on the events over the last several days, you find yourself in it's kind of like a little offshore camp. It seems like there are these large driftwood logs that have been rolled up. There's a small pit fire that is currently being warmed, and you can see that there is a large animal leg shank that is currently just being held aloft above this open flame by your ancestral guardian, Grayskull.
Oh. What's up? Sorry, I didn't mean to call you, I guess. I think I just fell asleep.
And he just kind of looks at you, sets the meat so that way it can continue to cook. And then he stands up and kind of walks over towards you. And he just kind of stands there and just, What's got you in the sodding dumps? That's no way for a warrior to look.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm fine. Why is everyone worried about the way I'm acting?
I did not choose to be your ancestral guardian just for you to order water at a bar.
What, just because I want to be responsible, everyone's freaking the fuck out?
How the fuck
like,
you think this is responsible?
I mean, I'm supposed to be the one who's, like, protecting these mofos, and if I'm not doing my job by being drunk all the time, then, right? Like, that's a thing.
Alright then. Fucking fight me. And he'll get into, like, a wrestler stance.
You want to fight in my head?
He's gonna slap the side of your head. Come on,
Yeah.
fucking fight me.
Fine. She'll get up and start fighting.
And as you are coming after him and you're trading blows, he just looks at you and says, "Oh, I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. And look, you're still coming after me. You're still fighting.
Yes, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm supposed to do.
So why isn't your heart into it?" And he just keeps fighting.
Because I am fighting a person that's in my head. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, then stop thinking about it and fight.
Ah, she's gonna rage.
Okay. So as you rage, you kind of like go into a power stance, and as you do, there's just this spirit energy that kind of glows around you. As normally it would be the form of Grayskull, this is what looks to be your own energy. Like, rather than it being in the shape of someone else, this looks like a much taller, bigger, stronger version of you. And he goes into the same stance, and when he does, you can see that there's a large spectral version of him as well.
Yeah, she'll go after him. She can't see this form around her, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, she'll go for the legs, as she's learned when
All right.
fighting Goliaths.
All right, make an attack roll.
Okay. Cool. That's a 17 plus unarmed attack. Plus 5, so 22.
Okay. So yeah, you bring your axe in and go for the leg, no problem. And it is just kind of like, there's no blood or anything like that. It is a severe cut, but you're very well aware that in this spirit zone, you can't actually hurt each other.
Yeah.
And so as you kind of cut into your leg, he just takes a wider stance, and you see he goes to golf swing you. Make a dexterity save as he does.
Jeez, X save.
You have advantage because of your raging ability.
That's on athletics check.
I
On
thought
dexterity as
Danger
well.
Sense. Danger Sense was dex
Oh
saves, I
yeah,
thought.
danger. Yeah. That's not because I'm raging.
Yeah.
Though.
My bad.
Is it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Danger Sense is just level 2. I think you get it.
Oh god. I rolled 2 ones.
He is just going to send you flying. Like, he hits you with the broadside of the axe, and you go about 15 feet, just soaring into a pile of sand, your legs kind of sticking out and your axe laying on the side.
She's gonna like throw herself, like push herself out of the stand and be like, "See, can't even fucking beat you in my own head. I came in 6th in this goddamn competition.
What does
am I
it matter?
supposed to do?
You don't have to win every fight.
Well, I do if I'm gonna stay alive, if I'm gonna help my friends.
You're thinking about this all wrong.
Well, how should I be thinking
When
about
we
it?
fight, when you fight, what happens?
I get mad.
And
And I kill things and hurt people.
we fight together. You and me. We're a team.
Yeah?
And when you fight with your friends, do you fight by yourself or do you fight as a team?
Connor's face. I mean, yeah, we're like all together fighting.
But are you working together? Do you fight with them like you fight with me?
No,
Why?
because we all fight differently.
But when we fight together, we end up being stronger for it. You can defend them, you can keep yourself from dying all at the same time by working together. You see what happens when you go in trying to do things by yourself.
Yeah.
You end up getting smacked, and he points to the hole where you cleared yourself out of. You end up getting 6 in a strength competition, but to be fair, that Minotaur was very strong.
I know,
He was
right?
really
Did you
big.
See his rippling muscles? It was like
I did. I would like to wrestle him sometime.
Right?
Just to see, just
Yeah.
throwing it out there. But
Yeah.
that's besides the point. The point is, when you fight by yourself, it's not going to work out. But if you get help from your team, if you get help from your friends, then it's still going to be winning. Even if it feels like a loss, if you come up alive and you can celebrate drinks with your friends, that's victory.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, what does my drinking and my partying have to do with any of this?
I didn't team up with a square. That's me. That's a personal preference.
Okay. But I still have to so are you saying that I should just train with them more?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I am absorbing what you are saying, Spirit Guide.
Now, I want to let you know something. And he kind of like takes some of the dirt and sand that's on the ground and then throws it into the fire that is beneath where this large piece of meat has been cooking. And he takes the meat off and hands it over to you, so that way you have a snack. And he throws this sand into the fire, and when it does, it creates you see in the smoke an image start to appear. And it is you and Grayskull fighting in the moment where you raged. And you can see that above you, what looks to be about like 1.5 times your size, just a little bit bigger, is this spiritual version of yourself. And then over Grayskull, there is this image that looks like it's about 5 times bigger than him. And he points at it and says, when you believe in yourself, and you believe in the strength that your friends put in you, that's what it looks like. And he points to the one over himself. When you have doubts about your own strength, that's what it looks like. And he points to yours. The reason I show up and I'm as large as I am when we fight is because I believe in you. So why don't you believe in yourself when you fight?
Well, because I lost.
So? You're not dead. So it means you won. When we get into fights and we laugh about it later saying you should see the other guy,
Yeah.
we're alive to tell that story.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Cori did kick its ass.
No, like, that was rad.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Besides, next one you got.
Yeah.
You killed a ghost. You see any of them killing ghosts?
That's true. That was pretty bad.
No, they killed a giant bug, and then another weird bug-esque thing. I squash bugs under my boot, but you killed a ghost.
I did kill a ghost. She kind of looks up. Yeah, you know, I was worried about, it kind of made me nervous that if I was going to fail, then my friends were going to get hurt. But they're pretty badass too, I guess. I mean, they're like super emotionally damaged, but like physically they can handle themselves. So
no, deep down they're all messed up. I
Yeah,
can see
real
it.
messed
Like
up.
I'm dead, and even I can tell that.
right, like when Cori was gone, it was rough. I had to absorb all that
Hard times indeed.
for sure. But yeah, you're right. That's the reason I have friends, right? I mean, in the tribe, we work as a team, not as individuals. Although some people are kind of dicks about it.
And look what happens to them.
Yeah.
Usually dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you've been traveling for a while.
Yeah. Can you see the tribe? Like, in the spirit world?
Some of them.
She waves her hands.
Depends.
What are they doing?
Well, since I only really talk to the dead ones, they're doing okay for the most part, just fighting. There's a little bit of tension still from what people have been saying, but there hasn't been any surprise new members of the community, so at least that's good.
Hey, surprises can be fun. She
Oh,
like
it's
emotions
dead
to
people.
herself.
Yeah.
Oh, no, to yours. Yeah, no, that's not. You're right. I thought you meant to the tribe.
Oh, no, surprises, I agree. Everyone likes cake when they least expect it.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, I have a question since you're my spirit guide.
Yeah, sure.
The whole, like, trying to get Caelum laid thing, I think we came around to, like, that was a bad idea because he didn't necessarily want it.
Yeah.
But what about trying to get him drunk? Is that the bad thing, too?
Are you forcing him into getting drunk accidentally under false pretenses, or are you saying, hey, I'm getting you drunk?
The latter.
That's fine. If he says no, don't do it. If he says yes, that's on him.
All right, cool. And you know, in the morning, Corey's just going to heal us, so it's great.
Yeah, probably. I'm fine with it. I like watching.
Wait, how much do you watch?
What? Goodbye, Gwen.
No!
As your vision begins to kind of like fade out to black as you find yourself waking up back out on the shore of the beach.
I haven't done one of these in a while, but indoor, what the fuck?
Ah, good
Gwen
times.
just like Gwen sits up. God, fucking pervert. And then Gwen is gonna she's gonna go back to town, find a bakery, buy a cake, and a bottle of alcohol, and head back to the tavern.
All right. And so when you get back to the tavern, you are met with Greybeard telling you that your friends are up in their rooms. And when you go upstairs and throw open the door with your bottle of booze and a cake, you see them all just kind of sitting reading.
What's that, bitches?
Oh. Hey.
I brought cake
Oh.
and booze.
Huh.
Mark off 5 silver pieces for the cake and booze.
Well, that's a pleasant surprise.
I know. Everyone likes surprise cake.
Except if you're on a diet.
The fuck is a diet?
We like surprise cake.
We like surprise cake. I like surprise cake. Corey, you like surprise cake?
I love surprise cake. It's the best kind.
Surprise cake.
And Gwen will like set it down and like use one of her daggers to slice it open. And
Is that a clean? Oh, okay, never mind. We'll just deal with it.
So you brought cake and booze?
yeah,
And you're going to drink the booze?
well, yeah, that's why I bought it.
Corey's gonna turn around to Caelum and Blake and mouth, everything's good now. Like, praise Coralon.
So, how are your books?
Actually, we just got started.
You said that it's been like hours.
Well, yeah, well, I know whenever we brought it up this morning, you said that visiting the dragon is something that you didn't want to do.
I believe I said it's something that we shouldn't do. I don't know. I wasn't here, but I'm assuming I said something similar.
I mean, you certainly didn't seem present at the time.
You haven't been quite yourself lately.
Yeah, well, shit happens.
But we went and talked to him.
We got a house.
Well,
Wait. You
And
guys
he's
went and,
quite the chatty Cathy.
you went and talked to the dragon? The dragon.
Well, he didn't look particularly draconic whenever we talked to him, but yeah.
It looked like someone I knew.
By yourselves with no fucking backup? Were you guys stupid?
Well, it was me going with them as backup.
Who do you know that looks like a Rask?
No, just some guy. Don't worry about it.
I see.
Well,
I feel
that
like
kind
it
of
would be
sucks that you guys
more
went without me.
Well, we'll be returning to him after we fight this hag.
Well, what did he say? What did you guys talk about?
My other half and him.
And some accusatory things about the Sundering.
What was the sundering?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot of lore.
All right, that sounds really boring.
But long story short, we did one job from him, got paid a little bit. The other jobs that we're doing, he is certainly okay with. And if we bring back the staff from the hag that we have to fight, which that staff might have something to do with the Dark Star that Cori talked about. If we bring it back to him, he will find us a place of residence.
Okay, so we have to fight the hag for the hag on the beach, but
Mhm.
also for the dragon dude.
Yes.
Okay, he was chill with your inner daddy.
Yes. As long as he remains, within me.
All right. As long as he's not gonna kill us, I think that's fine.
I think what he said was, if you're not a fuckwit, I won't fuck with you.
What's a fuckwit?
Don't worry about it.
So, okay, let me get this straight. You guys said you were gonna go read.
Yep.
And then you went and did all the cool stuff, and now you're reading when I get back.
Yes, that sounds about right.
If it's any consolation, I didn't get yeeted.
Oh, well, that's always a plus. I'm gonna go drink, so we're not doing anything tonight, right?
No. Unless it's been a while since we talked about it, but we could go raven hunting.
Well, how would that work?
Yes. You guys do the hand-holdy thing, and then we'll be sitting by. I'll have the window open, and then Blake will have his crossbow ready. The raven thing will come in. I'll close the door. He'll crossbow him to death, and then why are we hunting ravens again?
For the books from my laboratory, for the books that were stolen from Saloon's library.
Yeah, we had to go return.
Well, let's not
books.
pop it first. Let's kind of figure out what its end goal is, because it took a lot. Those ravens took a lot of books.
If we can
Ravens in
capture
your-
it, then I can talk to it.
Ravens in your dreams took stuff, but the ravens in real life will have them?
Listen,
Well-
it's as weird as you say it is.
All right, cool. As long as I'm on the same page.
I mean, it was corporal, at least for long enough for the two of you to go tumbling out the window.
It was They're militarized?
Corporal long enough. Sorry.
At ease, Corporal.
Corporal Raven.
Corporal long enough.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have a drink. Does anyone else want a drink?
Yes. Gods,
Sure.
yes.
Yeah, she's gonna grab her mugs and pour some fucking drinks.
So I just want to reiterate: was that the clean knife you used to cut the cake, or?
I mean, I don't usually stab people with knives, so yeah.
Yeah, but you harvested something at some point with a knife.
She kind of like looks on her belt. She's got like. She has.
With D&D Beyond.
Yeah, right.
Count your knives using the power.
Just kidding. She doesn't have a knife. She used one of her axes, her hand axe. So, I mean, I keep my shit pretty clean, so that's kind of one of the marks of a warrior. I mean, it's clean enough. Nothing you haven't had in your mouth before, eh, Caelum? And she nudges him.
I've only had like vegetables and alcohol in my mouth.
You poor child. All right, so drinks then. Hand-holdy time.
Sure.
If you're all right with that, Caelum.
Listen, we gotta get over this hurdle as soon as possible because, again, the library used to be very full and now it's getting kind of empty and it worries me so.
Okay, then we should do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's
Let's
catch
fall in. Okay. Let's catch a bird.
Question.
Hmm.
Based off of question for the DM. Based off of what I know about the Raven Queen and everything, would I be under the impression that these birds would be something other than birds, possibly like celestial?
You would know that they have hints of celestial about them, but it's more of that they themselves as creatures are not celestial. But imagine it's more of like how you can put a tag on a bird and then let it go, and then using GPS tracking can follow the bird. It's more of that kind of thing.
Okay. If I wanted to make a circle, just a blood hunter circle, that like was sort of like a beacon for celestial energy, I guess, would I be able to aid in whatever ritual nighttime stuff is going on?
Yeah, for sure. You would need to make either a religion or an arcana check. And this will be with proficiency.
I am not proficient in either of those.
Well, you are for this check. Because
Okay.
blood hunter things.
8.
You think,
Wait, what about your die?
You think that you've
I
done
used my die. And that die was a 6.
Yeah, you think you've done a pretty good job creating this this spirit circle. Like, to the best of your abilities. And nobody else has any real blood hunter background, so it looks fine to the rest of you guys as well.
So just stay in the circle. But I mean, you don't typically move whenever you meditate, do you?
Not.
Then everything should be fine.
All right.
This is how
I
this
have heard
works.
of people who do walk while they meditate.
Meditation walkers.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Zen walkers.
All right. So you guys are finishing your cake, having some having a decent amount of booze. and then going to do some raven hunting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Gwen, you and, or not Gwen, bleh, Cori, you and Caelum end up sitting down into this circle that Blake has kind of laid out onto the floor, and then the two of you begin your meditation cycle, and you do this very much in the same way that you did back in Shroudport, where it starts with looking each other in the eyes, like maintaining that kind of eye contact, setting your hands out. And Gwen, this is your first time seeing them set up for it. This is a very intimate thing that they seem to be doing, but it seems very natural to the two of them.
Gwen is watching while drinking her bottle, just like, what is this? Why is it? What is happening? Are they gonna kiss?
Sha-la-la-la-la, my oh my.
Oh my god! Gwen just like starts singing slowly behind Cori. You wanna kiss the girl?
And the two of you, after a little bit of trying to just like find your focus, because this is also the first time you've meditated with friends in the room when you go to start. Usually it's...
Friends are watching.
I'm so embarrassed. So you guys end up finding yourself in your meditative slumber. And as you do, both of your vision kind of fades to black, and then you find yourself standing on the plateau, where Caelum, you yourself are very accustomed to at this point, but Cori, as you kind of look around, you can see in very, very, very far off what looks to be just a unbridled area of fire and flame, and just this red orangish energy. As you kind of turn around again, you can see that in another corner there is just this blue swath that kind of gives you a reminiscence of the ocean. Looking around as well, you can also see that there is what looks to be just a large windstorm off in the distance, and then in a fourth corner as well, what looks to be just mountainous crags that kind of jut out. And this is something that you didn't really take in the first time that you were there. And as you look down at the place where you are, you can actually see what looks to be a map of the area as a whole, just the entire northern continent that you guys have been wandering around. And you see what looks to be dash marks that go from an area in the south, like central south of the continent, where Caelum has kind of explained the general region of where his temple would be. And then you can see those markings kind of go over towards the coast and then snake up the coast, making several different stops until those markings go over to a you would guess to be the Isle of Aratsk. And it seems like this map below you is actually following Caelum's path, or Caelum's path.
Did you do this?
No, this has kind of always been here.
It just happens on its own.
Yeah, it's kind of updated since the last time I looked down.
So it's tracking you.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of things I don't know. And I don't know why this is tracking me.
I mean, hopefully it's something to do with your god.
Hopefully. Let's... You know, I'm not going to think about this one.
It's not concerning at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cori, while you are inside of this meditative state as well, looking down, you are in your pure moon form rather than being in a specific season, so you are just kind of shedding this bright light around you.
Nice.
And Caelum, you can see as well that there are like little rocks and pebbles that are kind of scattered around this plateau that you're on that seem to just be casting long shadows coming away from Cori's personage.
That's interesting. All right. Well, once again, welcome to the Library of Saloon. Please keep all your hands and arms inside the ride at all times as we make our way through the tour.
So you are taking her into the library this time?
That's where I saw some crows last time, so...
Yeah, some ravens.
Corey's already like flipping through a book.
So, Caelum, explain to Cori what your key set looks like in order to get into the library.
Oh shoot!
So, as they approach the door, he pulls out what looks like a brick and a bundle of dried fingers.
Is he gonna throw the brick through a window?
Let's go!
This is my key to get into the building.
And in the center of the door, there's a slot where he puts first the brick, and then he puts the fingers, and then turns it slightly, and then the door's open.
So he puts the brick on the door, and then his hands.
No,
fingers.
there's a bundle of dried fingers that he puts on top of the brick and then turns it.
Oh shoot! That's weird. It's weird. Coriander isn't weirded out by that. Danae is, but weird.
He
And
just
so,
puts them away.
yeah, so as this large wooden double door opens, Cori, looking inside, you see from floor to what looks to be almost an impossibly high ceiling, it just is bookshelves. And there are scrolls, there are new books, there are older books, there are books with bindings that you necessarily haven't even seen. And they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and they just seem to be pretty sparsed out throughout this library. Normally you would expect there to just be shelf to shelf book, especially if they have gone as large as they have in this library. But based off of what Caelum has been telling you, and these ravens have been stealing books and knowledge from this library. And so looking around, you can actually see that there is a significant amount of empty space on these shelves.
Or he's just gonna step in to the middle of the room and just kind of spin, taking it all in.
Cataloging is a nightmare.
And Cori, as you kind of continue to spin and look around, you notice that there is a large table set up with what looks to be a blue velveted chair that's kind of been like propped next to it, as well as some stacks of books that have been left out with what looks to be Legends of Coralon and books about various sorts of cloning. Kind of Caelum's last venture through here has been left out for him once more. And also in the corner, you see that there is a large night sky blue colored tome with what look to be two silvered eyes kind of pressed in on the cover of the book, as well as 7 stars also inlaid under the book as well. As
And
you've
Cori
kind of
would
found
recognize that as the symbol of Saloon.
Yeah, she's seen that symbol on Caelum's shield.
Great. All right. Cori is like automatically drawn to the Coralon book, and even though she knows that Caelum said that there was nothing in there, she's gonna like pick it up and flip through it.
All right. So yeah, Caelum, you just watch as Cori just rushes over, picks up a book on Coralon, and starts paging through it.
The assistant's materializing next to him. He's like, no. Might kill you.
You know, flipping, just finding basic preschool stuff that she learned like when she was knee-high to a grasshopper.
You've owned this book like 3 times. You bought it, gave it to a friend, bought another copy, gave it to another friend. Like, you've owned this book before.
She will be disappointed. And just sort of like put it down. All right, well, we should probably get to work. We want to lure a raven out. So, the last time the ravens arrived, we were looking at some memories.
Let's not do that and just leave the doors open and hope a raven flies through.
We could do that. Or we could try the thing that we know might work?
I'm very against that.
Okay. So, what did you have in mind?
He has left the library doors open, scoots the velvet seat back, sits down, and looks at Cori. Guess we wait.
Okay then. Cori will sit down for a little bit, but depending on how much time passes before nothing happens, she'll probably get bored and then get up and start looking around the library. And like she'll probably look for like something on music.
Okay.
Something with like ukulele chords or something.
All right. So yeah, you were there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and a half, and you were like, Caelum is just sitting there, just totally fine with waiting.
I'm just gonna make perception checks to see if there's ravens.
Okay.
Oh, that is where's my modifier? I should have this up. 19.
Okay. So looking around, you see that out, like, past the door, still on the plateau, you can see that there is one raven that's just kind of sitting there looking in.
Just staring right at the
Yep,
raven.
just maintaining
Staring
eye-
contest, go!
Yep. And Cori, make an investigation check.
Okay. I was gonna say, there's gonna come a point where she gets so bored that she just starts balancing books on her head. Sorry, I've gotta open up my bag full of dice.
But don't you have a box with some special dice?
I do have a box full of special dice, but I also put the special dice into my bag with all my other special dice. Maybe I should only roll one die for this. All right. Investigation check, 14.
Okay. So with your 14, you begin to wander around, and it does take you a little bit of time to actually find what you think is the music section. And then as you open it up, it looks like very high level debates on music theory and composure, and not like a songbook about Coralon at all. And as you are kind of just perusing through this music section, you actually hear the sound of a slight bit of wind kind of picking up. And as you look over, you just see what looks to be a humanoid figure just kind of standing in front of you, that is carrying several books. And it just, it stops moving and just kind of looks at you. And you can
Divine
feel
sense.
it's moving at you. It is not coming off as any kind of celestial fiend, undead, or fae.
I'm gonna look at Caelum and see if he sees it.
Caelum, you would know that this is your librarian assistant.
Still staring at the bird.
Yeah, and Cori, you just see that Caelum is just dead staring out the door. And the figure then kind of picks a book off the shelf and then hands it over to you. And you can see that it says string songs.
Oh, thank you.
You just see it
And she'll flip through it for a second.
kind of just gives you a nod.
You wouldn't happen to be a raven, would you?
Just shakes its head no.
Oh, okay. He wouldn't have any reason to lie.
And it just kind of floats away and continues putting books onto shelves.
Cori will pop up behind Caelum.
Or this isn't working.
What do you mean?
I keep staring at the bird, but it's not flying into the door.
Oh. And then she's like, wait, what? And then she's gonna look at where Caelum was looking.
And make a perception check.
Okay. 12.
All right, so with a 12, as well as his assistance, you definitely spot that there is just a singular raven kind of standing on the ground of the plateau that is just looking dead in towards you guys.
How far is the door from where we're sitting?
It's about 65 feet away from where you are.
Follow my lead. And Caelum stands up and he starts like wandering closer, like about 30 feet closer.
Okay.
And then he's going to, Blessing of the Raven Queen, jump on the bird.
Okay.
Cori will have like walked in the opposite direction of him, but like, you know, like they're like circling towards it.
Mm-hmm. Gonna try and pincer it because it is outside of the library. It has not come in at all. But Caelum, you're going to try and grapple a bird. So I would like for you to make a strength check.
Oh, actually, I have a positive here, so. Oh, that's not bad. 17.
It got a 19.
God damn it.
So as you go to just pounce on this bird, it just flaps and flies away.
I yell at it, fall, with command.
All right.
Will save 14, I think.
Got a 15 on the die.
Son of a bitch!
All right, can Coriander try a face step?
All right. At this point, it has flown like 60 feet away as well. You can see that if you tried to face step into the air, it would still be just out of your reach as you did.
Great. It's only 60 feet away, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna moonbeam this motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I've never done this before. Give me a second. I need to... Oh, it's a con save, 14.
It failed.
It failed. Okay. Quick question. Is it a shape changer?
Nope.
Okay. You know, just
checking,
because
yeah.
it's relevant for Moonbeam. All right. So Coriander just like points her sword at it, and a fucking laser comes out of it. Shoot, that's 2d10s. So 2d10 radiant damage coming at you.
That's a dead bird.
9.
Okay.
9 radiant damage.
So as you see this beam make contact with the raven, illuminated in the night, you just see it turn into dust.
Huh.
Yeah, and that beam persists for like until she dismisses it.
It's like 120 feet, right?
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's just bwom.
No, that's not good.
Oops. Well, at least now we know that they're fragile.
Oh, I could have told you that. I kind of aced one the other day.
Oh. With what?
Guiding bolt. I got really upset, okay? There were like a bunch of crows and they were like, they looked like they were mocking me. They're like beady little eyes and just like...
Like, it disintegrated, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it just...
Did it disintegrate in a way that is like, it was like a magical creature? Or did it disintegrate in a way that makes me think that it was, you know, like a
moonbeamed a crow?
Like, yeah.
It made it dissipated in the way that you moonbeamed a creature that has no physical form as you are in a dream space.
Ah, that's right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Corey's just gonna stand there for a second and be all like, just one memory, one that's not important.
Fine, but it's gonna be one of mine.
you don't have any memories from before your current life. And
I have
can't
memories
be sure,
of.
and we can't be sure that they're interested in memories from our current life. So yes, you can try it, but I don't think it'll work. Coriander's just gonna cross her arms and look smug.
I hate it when you might be kind of right, and I kind of hate that fact.
I might be right, and you might have to accept the fact that I'm willing to take the risk as much as you are.
But I feel like it's my thing, and no one should, like, risk their memories for my thing, you know?
Caelum, this is important to me. And just because it's your thing doesn't mean that I can't help you.
There's just this sigh of defeat.
Helpless villagers getting attacked by goblins have their own problem. It's their thing. And if I get stabbed by a goblin, then it's still...
Okay, whoa. I was gonna say yes, you didn't have to... Okay, that image is gonna haunt me.
Flaring up with, like, moonbeam flames.
Cool. I'm just gonna close the door behind him, locks it, puts the keys away. All right.
All right, so you guys are going to set up for a Cori memory?
Yeah.
All right. So, as you guys kind of try and recreate the same like stances that you were in as last time and everything like that, it just doesn't. Nothing seems to happen. You're kind of just out in this otherwise dark area besides Cori, just acting as a beacon in this otherwise night sky. And as you are sitting there, you guys actually do begin to see kind of like a rumble in the ground begin at the edge of this plateau. And as it begins to form in front of you, you see that there are these two columns that are building. And as they do, they look like a very dark stone. And they kind of form into what look like what looks almost to be two banisters, two like rook ends of a castle. And then kind of crossing into the middle, you see what looks to be a point that looks almost like a cathedral top. And as you kind of look on it, you watch as this stone darkens in color, as these very deep black vines begin to kind of race around them, just kind of wrapping around both of these columns leading up to the top. And then Cori and Caelum, I would like for you both to make perception checks.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Ooh. Dirty 21.
Okay. So the both of you see that on what looks to be this cathedral topper, there is what looks to be the symbol of Saloon in a painted stained glass painting that is above. Or in a stained glass window that kind of rests above the above this entryway into the memory.
Is this one of yours?
I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Okay. Caelum takes a step in.
All right. So, Caelum, you take your step inside. And Cori, are you following him through this barrier?
Yes, of course.
Okay. As you guys walk into this area, it feels like there is a overall chill that layers over you, and it just gets very cold. It's very damp. You can hear rain coming down heavily outside, even though as you kind of look around, there isn't any light that you can see. It looks like it is dark out. And that is when the two of you hear what sounds like an old hinged door opening, and then you hear the sound of a older male voice just, "Get in there, Sabrak, and do as you're told." And then you hear the sound of a small boy crying. And then the door slams shut.
Cori's gonna look to Caelum and see what his reaction is to this.
If Caelum could get any whiter, he is. And like his hand's like extended and grabs onto Cori's hand, and he's like pulling her back out the door.
Like slowly or quickly?
Quickly.
Oh. What is it? What's going on?
This isn't a good one.
This is yours?
Yes, this is mine. This is not good.
Cori resists, and we'll try and see what more is going on in there.
All right, as you kind of give resistance to Caelum trying to drag and pull your hand out, you hear this crying voice, and you hear feet, bare feet padding against stone as it progresses along, and you hear them kind of choking back on their crying, and it says, "Please, I just wanted a friend. Can someone please just give me a friend? Anyone." And you see what looks to be a small form looking out the window as this voice kind of echoes out, and the entire memory just gets quiet. The sound of the rain is no longer there, and all you can hear is the sound of this young boy crying into the night. And that is when you see that there is, you hear a clattering as this gust of wind rushes through, and then it sounds like a metal disc kind of spinning along the floor. And the boy looks and turns towards where that spinning sound is, just very taken aback. And as he does, you see that there is light that comes into the room. And it comes through that window. And it looks, Cori, as you are very familiar with this at this point, what appears to be pale moonlight that just shines in almost like a beacon. And it washes over this small boy, and you can see that they are wearing what looks to be very tattered pants. They don't have shoes on. Across their back is just broken with all sorts of cuts from what looks to be a poor day at the lessons for a young cleric. And that light shines upon what looks to be a shield laying on the ground. And you see this boy shamble over and just fall to his knees with his hands onto the shield, and his head comes down, and through tears just says, "Please, just one friend."
Cori will take a quick look around to see if there are any ravens present.
You see that there is one that is currently sitting on a balcony ledge that is currently just being silhouetted by this moon.
Cori will stop Caelum and just silently point at it.
Yeah. I don't have a net.
We probably should have brought one.
I'm gonna try it again, point at a raven and yell fall using command.
Okay.
DC 14 wisdom.
Got a 17 on the die.
God damn it, these birds are fucking wise.
Okay, I'm gonna channel divinity and use nature's wrath. And the creature must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw. Your choice. DC 14.
Well, it got a 4 on the die.
Some bitch.
All right, so spectral vines will just snake up the object that it's sitting on and will wrap around it suddenly as it tries to take to the air, and then pull it down.
All right, and as it gets pulled down, you hear just a very sharp, stifled, "Hello? Someone there?" And this bird just just seems to be flapping.
Cori's gonna look really wide-eyed, like, I thought we couldn't interact with memories.
I thought that too.
She's gonna rush over and try to get the raven.
Okay, so, so you rush over and are attempting to grab this raven. Make another perception check.
17.
All right, so with this 17, you notice that before, where only this one window outside was being illuminated, as you approach this this raven that seems to be cawing out, looking past it, you can see that there are 3 other windows that look out from this location that each have what look to be a small handful of ravens all just perched.
Oh, shoot. Does Cori get the raven that she was going for?
You grab the raven that you were going for, and it seems to try and be like flapping, struggling against you, and these others just look at you. And they are looking at you. They are not looking in your direction.
She's going to like try and like pin its wings against its body without hurting it.
Okay.
And all the while, like, just kind of like looking at the ravens, and then like will motion with her head to Caelum to look at the ravens.
Yeah, he turns.
And Caelum, you just see that there are what look to be a good 9 ravens.
Has it been long enough for our face steps to refresh?
No. Run!
I concur. And then they do.
All right. So as you guys are running, these ravens just sweep through this library, and you can see that the young pale-skinned boy with the cuts on his back just puts his hands over his, like, covers the shield over his head, and just starts yelling. And as you guys continue to run out, the sound of flapping wings growing ever louder following you, you hear the door open up again, and that same voice, "I told you not to talk to yourself, now come here!" And as you guys make your way out of the memory, the last thing that you can hear is that boy crying out, "No." And you hop out of that of this gate memory, back onto the plateau, holding on to this raven. And as you do, these 9 ravens just ascend outward, spilling out from behind you. The barrier that created this, that let you in to this previous dream, begins to just rumble and shake and collapse. Blake and Gwen, it is at this time that the two of you start to see a glow that begins to form in between. And you guys have been sitting there for about an hour and a half.
Cool. An hour and a half?
You guys have been sitting, just waiting, watching the two of them for an hour and a half. But you both also have been drinking pretty heavily as Gwen's celebratory thing. So I would like for you both to make Constitution saves.
23.
6.
Blake, you are pretty smashed right now. And you are having a kind of difficult time keeping your eyes open, keeping yourself focused. And Gwen, you know that Blake normally is pretty good when it comes to his drinking, but he's just not feeling it today. And it's as you're kind of taking notice of this as well that he seems to be a little more drunk than he's necessarily been putting on. Maybe, Blake, you stood up and that's when it hit you all at once, so you needed to sit back down. But that is when the two of you see that there is just this bright glow that begins to form in between Caelum and Cori. And it begins to just steadily pulse. And it looks like, as it's pulsing, you can see that there is what looks to be a small pebble that is formed. And as it continues to pulse, you see this pebble grow and grow and grow until it is about the size of what looks to be a golf ball. And then with another pulse, you see it just change into this dark purple color. And then it continues to just emanate this purple light around it after that point. And looking into it as it forms, Gwen, make a perception check. Blake, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Is this the crystal baby?
It's the crystal baby!
It's crystal. Nat 1.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, so Blake, you're just like, is this a crystal baby? Having a really difficult time finding. Gwen, you see in this purple gem what looks to be a small humanoid form on the ground with a shield over their head.
Is it recognizable to me?
Can
Gwen decipher who it might be?
Make a insight check, as it's very difficult to tell as it's forming.
Yeah. Insight. Oh, it's a +0. 14.
Okay. No, it just looks like a humanoid figure. Possibly a child. They look a little bit too gangly to be a halfling or a gnome or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are watching it glow and as it is just steadily forming into a larger and larger object, you left the window open, correct?
Yeah, we were sitting next to it. So as if the window is open, Gwen is going to say, wait, the raven came in through the window last time,
Yes.
right? Grabbed it and left. Okay. She's going, Blake, wait for the raven to come in and then close the window, okay?
What?
Just go towards the window. Just don't look scary.
Where's the window?
Oh my God. Gwen's gonna run over to the window and put her back against the wall, waiting for a bird to come in, and then she's gonna close it.
All
Blake's
right.
gonna try to get up and it's gonna fall on its face.
All right.
Sounds about right.
So you land on your face, and Gwen, as you are prepped waiting for this, you hear a little as this bird lands on what looks to be the balcony, the window ledge, and it is just this long black beak, long black feathers as it kind of just pokes in, crooks its head, and it just kind of looks around, and then looks at this purple gem that is beginning to form.
I'm gonna wait until it gets in the room, and then I'm gonna close the window.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's an 18 + 1.
All right, so this bird does not see you, and you see it hop into the room.
Whoosh! Window shut.
All right. So you shut the window and make a... Are you attempting to grapple this bird?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, gotcha, bitch! Wake him up! Wake him up! Wake him up! Blake! Wake him up! Wake them up! God damn it!
Go over and try to shake them.
All right. So as you are shaking them, you see that this crystal eventually gets to the size of what would be about a baseball. And Cori and Caelum, while you guys had just managed to get out onto the plateau, as this gate behind you begins to break and shatter and fall down to the ground, this swarm of ravens just comes billowing out, and they are just harassing you, completely swarming you guys. As you just try and find a sense of peace to possibly talk to this raven that you have in your hand, Cori. and that is when the two of you feel yourselves getting jolted awake. And there is a fierce smell of alcohol in the air. There is a loud flapping sound, which is almost a little worse now that you are in the real realm instead of your dreams, instead of your meditative state. And you see in between you, kind of floating, this glowing purple gem that then the glow just kind of ceases and it falls between the two of you as this bird comes by to try and grab it.
I'm gonna just body flop on top of it.
Okay. Yeah, so as you body flop on top of it, the raven comes down and rakes across your back, or at least tries to. Did terribly. And then it is just going to try and fly around the room looking for a way to escape.
So I, since my meditation and communion with Tarlean, I've not had my cloak on. Can I try to grab my cloak and toss it at the raven?
Yes, you can. This is going to be an improvised weapon.
All right.
These fucking ravens, man.
Natural 19.
Oh, yeah.
Dexterity, I guess. 3.
Well, I can hunt.
All right.
22.
Yeah, so you hit this thing and it just kind of falls out of the corner of the room that it was in with a thud onto the floor as this cloak just falls over it. And then you see it beginning to start flapping underneath it.
Gonna reach a hand out and cast calm emotions on the entire room.
Okay.
DC 14, charisma.
Yep, it failed.
No, Gwen didn't fail.
Blake chooses to fail.
Whatever.
Or he fails.
We did it, guys! We got a raven!
Nice.
Now what?
Corey?
Did anybody get the golf ball?
Nah, it's like cradled underneath Caelum right now.
Okay. So yeah, like Cori at that point had like stood up and grabbed a pillow, like she was gonna try and swat it out of the air with it. And she just kind of like sits there for a second, then she's like, "We did it!"
Yeah! Good
Yeah.
job!
She's gonna throw the pillow in the air.
All right. So as you throw the pillow up in the air and you guys are celebrating having captured both of this raven, as well as obtained a crystal gem, Caelum, you are kind of like taking stock of the room around you, and as you do, your eyes fall upon your shield. And for the life of you, you cannot remember how you got it. And with that, we will go into our first break of the evening. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who has decided to stop by and witness this glorious raven hunting that we've been going on. I have been very pleased with the events of today, to say the least. But we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend. Who knows, maybe grab yourself a nice hoodie or awesome t-shirt from the merch store, which you can again find at bit.ly/indoor merch. It's a very cool place for super cool people. But until then, don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you can sync up that with Twitch for Twitch Prime and give us a free sub, so that way you can get more awesome emotes, like not only the smiling DM emote, but also the yeet emote, because I love that Sahugan so much. He's not even a Sahugan, I don't think. He's just a little boy.
He's a Kenku. Or not a Kenku. Not a kobold. Oh, hold on. Kuatoa.
Kuatoa. He's a Kuatoa Yee boy. He's the best. I love him. But we will try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place. And we will see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
story of an elf named Cori with a dragon or boy named Blake with his dragon dad, and a shatter Kai by the name of Caelum, and the coolest halfling by the name of Gwen. The four keeps. That's the way we became the four keeps.
I'm sorry for what I did to you guys in the first half of the show. That was great. It's like, oh, I gotta rethink some choices.
Redacted.
Oops.
Y'all have a nice time.
You guys have your a beach episode. It's a fun time had by all. There's a sandcastle who is a monster, and you beat him by showing him the power of friendship. I don't know. All right, so, Caelum, you are laying on top of this gem, this purple gem that you had seen manifest in front of you. And Cori, you were walking over towards where this bird underneath the cloak was.
Say again?
What is everyone currently doing?
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Oh, he's drunk. Okay, all right. Hold on there, big guy. Corey's gonna go over and gently take the bird in cloak away from Blake.
Bird's not moving at all. It seems to, the calm emotion spell seems to have dealt a number on it, and it's just hanging out. Seems like
Excellent.
a chill
All
bird.
right, so Corey's going to kind of wrap the cloak around its wings so it can't move at all, and then just leave its head kind of poking out the top.
Yeah, it just kind of looks over at you. Just cocks its head.
Caelum is
Thank you,
also
Blake.
cocking his head and looking at his shield.
Yeah. Caelum, you remember having your shield. It's just one of those things, you've had it forever, but as far as the, if you thought about it, the exact moment where you picked it up, it's just not there. It just seems really fuzzy.
Corey will kind of knock him out of his trance
Yeah.
by putting down the raven right in front of him, still holding it securely. All right. So, what do we ask it?
And the raven just
Where-
cocks its head towards you.
Probably where it takes the gems.
Okay. All right. First of all, Corey's gonna kind of lift him and look him in the eye, and it's like, "Do you talk?"
Just cocks its head towards you. And then,
Okay, I see. We're gonna have to do this then. Hold on. It occurs to me, I might have Zone of Truth. I don't know for sure. That might be a paladin thing, or it might not be. Stand by.
I cast
It
Zone
is a paladin
of
thing.
Truth.
Is this Law and
Unfortunately,
Order?
I'm out of second level spell slots for the day. So, so Corey's just holding this bird. And she's like, "Yes, excellent. I need to take a trance."
What?
I can only maintain this for a certain amount of time. So as soon as it's done, this bird is going to start flapping again.
That's fine. There's more than one way to restrain a raven.
I don't.
Ah! Stop it! Why can't we just talk to it?
Because it might lie,
So?
Corey says, holding the raven.
I cast Hex.
Oh God! Blake!
Well, first I light my claws so that I can cast Hex.
Drunkenly pointing a flaming claw at the bird.
Okay.
Corey holds it away from him.
And I give it disadvantage on charisma checks.
Oh.
Hold on. I feel like I need to actually be holding something. Give me a second.
We're a prop group.
I hope she gets Frankie. I hope she gets Frankie. I hope she gets Frankie. I hope she gets Frankie.
That way, every time Frankie meows,
Aw.
It's Enderman.
I have a Rowlet, but this Enderman will do.
We were hoping it was Frankie.
every time,
That would be very noisy.
just like a raven.
All right. So, okay, I'm going to start asking it questions, but it might lie.
Right.
What do we want to ask it?
Tell him to take us to its leader.
Okay.
We might not want that. That's several planes of travel that we cannot either afford or do at the moment.
Oh. Ask it why it's stealing his memories. I mean, that's what we want to know, right?
True.
Okay. Cori is going to go ahead and cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And then she's just gonna like stare at the raven and impart that she like impress upon it the information that she wants to know.
Okay.
Take me to your leader.
First of all, hello, my name's Cori.
And you feel a greeting response of just kind of hello. Because it doesn't communicate in words towards you. It communicates in feelings, correct?
Yes, that's
Yep.
right. Probably yes or no or questions might be best. Do you work for the Raven Queen?
Nods.
Oh, excellent. All right. Does the Raven Queen send you to take memories?
Shakes head no.
No. Why are you taking memories?
And you see a gleam in its eye like it enjoys it.
So it's an asshole.
These little mother pluckers. Where do you take them?
And the feeling that you get from it is that it is a long ways away to the north, to the specifically northwest.
Specifically the Northwest.
Yes.
Okay. More specific. Where exactly do you take them?
And it kind of like flexes out its rib cage a little bit, and it seems to try to be telling you that it takes them to a rib cage.
A rib cage. A rib cage.
Yep.
Does
She
this
says that out
ring any
loud.
bells for me? Having been in that area?
When Gwen said, or when Cori says, "Do you say you take them to a rib cage" out loud?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Gwen, make a history check with advantage.
It's not terrible. The first one was a 4, so it's better than that. History's a -1. That's 10.
Okay. Luckily, this is Goliath knowledge. So you would know that there is that throughout the region, there were these creatures called Titans. And as they've kind of died and decayed and have gone into different states of decomposition, there was a grouping of Goliaths in the Northwest who considered themselves to be the descendants of one of these Titans and actually kept that body preserved and have their civilization set up underneath and inside of the ribcage of one of these Titans.
They're taking them to the Titan, the dead Titan up in the north.
You know where that is?
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking annoying Goliaths up there that think they're all tough shit.
They were the
Cori's
very,
like-
very religious sort.
Yeah.
Corey's gonna snap
What
at
the DM said.
Caleb. Map.
Huh?
Map.
Oh.
Map.
Pulls out a map.
Yeah, Yeah, here. And she points.
Huh.
Why are they taking them to the Goliaths? Ask him that.
Why? Why?
And the response that you get is that's where they all go.
That's where they all go. All the memories that you steal.
Is there someone that you're bringing them to? Are we asking yes or no questions still?
Do you take them? You take them for yourself or for someone else?
And it just kind of like looks at you, crooks its head.
Gwen, do you know what the tribe name is that keeps those titans up north?
Of course I do.
That is in our notes, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Oh, like our Discord notes?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Control F Goliath.
Yeah, right. Well, let's
Oh
see.
boy.
It's this one.
It's that one. That one right there.
Oh yeah, no, they totally follow the Raven Queen. That makes sense.
They are the keepers of the core and the vision. Is their
They're
name.
the keepers of the core and the vision. They're fucking pretentious.
Is Brother Groom?
Do you take memories from anyone but Shadar Kai? Is it just the Shadar Kai you take memories from?
Shakes its head no.
I'm sorry, it was Keeper of the...
Just elves then?
Nods yes.
Okay. All right.
Why this one? Or just whoever?
Yeah. What she said.
And it just kind
Why
of like
this one?
looks at the lot of you, and you see that it like tries to shrug its shoulder a little bit. Just
Wings up. Wah.
yep.
Who's in charge up there now? Who's the leader of those Goliaths?
It just cocks its head towards you.
Who is your leader?
Hold it away from her.
Sorry. So are you taking them to the Goliaths? Yes or no?
Shakes its head no.
Oh. Are you taking them to a shrine?
Nods yes.
All right. Looks like we're gonna have to kill some sons of bitches.
Do we have to?
I mean, maybe we don't have to, but
I have somebody I need to talk to.
care to share with the Raven and the class? Get fuck!
But first, he looks down at the gem on the floor and then picks it up. How?
And the gem, when you look at it, you make a perception check as you kind of look this over.
17?
So looking inside, from what you can see, like in Mage 666, thank you for the follow. It just displays on the inside of this orb. As you look inside, it looks very frosted, almost like it would be made out of ice. And it's very cold to the touch. And looking in, you can see what looks to be it's really weird. Because you've never, as far as you are aware, you've never had this memory before. But looking into it, you can see what looks to be yourself on the floor with a shield over your head as these, what look to be black shapes are kind of surrounding and forming behind it, behind this small figure with the shield over its head. And as these black forms just fly by, you see what looks to be a illuminated female figure of just solid white running through the back.
And this would definitely affect my memories of today, basically. Because if I had never my shield, then I wouldn't have, I don't know, known about anything else about
You
it.
just don't
Like,
know how you got it.
I don't know how I got it. Cool. How do I... Is this mine, Cori?
Cori looks over. The shield.
Well, I know the shield's mine. I've always had it. I'm talking about the gem.
Oh,
Yeah, you made the baby. Congratulations.
I mean, I think it should be.
From what it looks like, it's a boy.
Can I see it?
How do you sex a crystal baby?
By the image inside of it, duh.
Cori will look inside the image.
And Cori, as you look in, you can see what looks to be, what you know to be is small Caelum, crying with the shield over his head. And as these ravens kind of swarm in the back, you see what looks to be a glowing female figure just run through the ravens. And as you kind of look at it, you realize that that is you.
Oh. Caelum, do you remember this?
Well, no.
I mean, do you remember this from just a few moments ago? When we went in there?
Yes.
What do you remember?
Do I remember specifically everything?
You remember going in. You remember there being a child crying. Then you remember Cori catching a raven and then a bunch of ravens chasing you out. Everything else is just blurred.
You know that that's you, right? I'm just gonna point at the child under the shield.
Huh. So, how do I just...
And you remember the shield, right?
Yeah, I've always had that shield.
How much do you remember about the shield?
It's been with me for a very long time.
What else?
There's a spirit in it.
Okay.
Does the spirit look like that? She points to the orb.
No. Yeah, maybe it's a silhouette of a person.
No, that's me. We were just in there.
Oh. Didn't you describe the thing as like just a silver fig? I'm sorry, it looked like what you had talked about before.
It's the memory. It's his memory.
Right.
But now I'm in there. It's changed. And you don't remember any of this.
Why are you all glowy?
Her moon form.
Why was she in her whatever form?
I imagine it has something to do with Saloon being a moon goddess.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess I'm just gonna have to take this back in with me when I trance.
Should we worry about the raven?
Right.
Ah!
Okay.
Stop it! Will you
I'm
keep that thing's
concentrating.
mouth shut?
I'm concentrating really hard on this hex.
Uh,
It is the only thing that I can do in my stupor.
well, we know they're going north.
Northwest.
Northwest.
To the Titan.
Keeper of the Corn Vision.
Is that close to where we're going?
I mean, kind of. It's like way further north, though. Right?
Okay.
It's like in the corner.
Further west, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll put it on the list.
Hey, if we go that way, we can see my tribe.
Huh.
Probably. Depending on where they are.
Oh, that would be very interesting.
That'd be terrifying.
Don't worry, they won't hurt you. Well, not intentionally.
Uh,
Are we done with the thing? Can we let it go?
Ah!
Stop.
no, and then... I mean...
Don't want to.
Should we kill it?
Like, Corey's gonna hold him up again. You know what you're doing isn't very nice, right?
Shakes its head no.
Oh.
Well, it's not. It's not nice. And you shouldn't do that anymore.
Just kind of cocks its head towards you.
If I let you go, will you tell your friends to stop doing that? To stop taking people's memories?
Says
It's not
no.
nice. Well, then I don't want to let you go.
Just cocks its head at you.
Ah, fuck! God.
How about this? How about I go to the market tomorrow and I sell you to the meanest bird seller that I can find?
Just cocks its head towards you again.
You wouldn't like that because that wouldn't be very nice, now would it?
She trying to give moral qualities to a
Yes,
fucking
yes.
bird. Okay,
I'm just
all right.
like, well,
Stealing things isn't nice.
Calum is like already sitting down, cross-legged, has the gem like held to him, and he's gonna try to trance back in.
Why don't we let this thing go unless anyone else has any questions? Blake?
Blake is just like dead-eyed staring at this raven. Flamey claws out.
Try not to die, try not to die, try not to die.
I mean, Cori, if you're not, unless you're gonna give this like a talking to, I think it's time to let it go. Or we could kill it.
No.
Just shakes
Oh.
its head no. Eyes wide.
That's even worse. You can't pay back evil for evil. That's just more evil.
Nods yes.
Wouldn't I cancel? I mean, if do unto others before they do unto you, right? And he's already done unto us, so
That's not.
shit. I think the alcohol's kicking in.
No, you're supposed to put more good into the world than...
Ah, fuck! Yeah, just get rid of it.
Selling you to a mean bird seller would just be doing evil to evil. But I'm not going to do it, but I want you to know I thought about it.
Just shrugs.
Corey's gonna take him to the window and let him perch on her hand.
He does. He's calm.
Remember that I could have done something very nasty to you and I didn't. Remember that.
Just nods.
Okay. Tell your friends not to be mean anymore.
Shakes its head no, and then tries to fly away.
I let him do it. And I go, naughty bird! Shut the window.
Blake, you can let go now. Turn off your claws. We don't want to start a fire.
The claws dissipate, and he just like falls unconscious.
Damn it.
Corey will catch him.
Dead weight.
Okay.
Gwen's gonna watch.
It's time to bed.
Just dead weight.
Corey's gonna drag him to bed like she has become
Gwen will help.
familiar with doing.
Not a matter of weight. It's a matter of
Still shirtless. Just-
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm gonna sleep in here. You guys have a good night.
This is Blake's room.
And
Burst into his own bed.
Blake is very warm. Okay. I mean, not warm, but like not even cozy. But Gwen wants to, so shut up.
Throw a blanket over him.
Funny, because he's the most likely to be cold-blooded.
I know exactly. And scaly, so it's like. But you have a really cozy nook, like right between your tail and your legs. Gwen just like right in there.
That's because of the primordial
putting-
fire in his veins. It's fine.
After putting Blake to bed, Corey will check on Caelum. Like he's just trancing on the floor, right?
Yeah,
With his marble.
with his marble.
Does anything seem to be happening with that?
as you continue to look at the image inside of this gem, you can see that as it continues to play out and continues to repeat the events that are in there, you start noticing inconsistencies as it plays. Like the figure that you recognized as yourself in this memory that runs by, you see it actually clips forward, like the top half clips forward, bottom half clips back, and then kind of rights itself and continues to go. You see that as the birds are going, some of them stop and just seem to like shake in their place and then continue to go. And it, as you kind of look at it, you see that the image and vision inside of this gem is just distorting itself. So Caelum.
We fucking borked his memory. It's borked.
Gwen
Caelum.
is going to take a quicker look at this, just so she can
Yeah.
see it up close, since they were holding it up above her head.
Yeah, and you see the same thing. You see that this purple gem looking inside. As you watch this video go through, for the first few runs, it looks fine, but as it continues to repeat in and of itself, it just looks, something's not right about it. Something's very off.
Okay.
All right, so Caelum, you are meditating, and you find yourself once more on the plateau.
Do I have the gem in hand?
You look down and you do not.
Can I check my persons? Like the last time I did it, I was able to pull a gem out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Yeah, no, and you start checking over your person, and you do not find a gem.
He walks over to the door, opens it up, walks over to Saloon's book. Saloon?
And it just says, welcome back.
Hey, so we might have done a thing with some ravens that were outside, and I think they took one of my memories, and I can't get it back.
And it says, keep those ravens out. And it underlines out.
Yeah.
And then as you continue to talk, then it follows another follow-up question of just, what do you mean?
Well, when we were here last, the Coriander and I, you probably saw her, really nice.
And it says, yes,
elf.
she was nice.
Yeah, we were here and we found a raven, and then we stepped outside, and then a portal, this two-columned entrance to, I believe, one of my memories appeared, and we stepped through, and we tried to catch a raven inside.
All right. And then as you say that, it follows up with, you went in, ?
Yes.
And then the next line is, memories are fragile things.
Ah. How do I fix it?
And the response that you get is just 3 dots, followed by sometimes you can't.
Ah. Okay. I hope it wasn't a good memory then.
And it just says, sorry.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna go tell everybody the swell news. Not swell, that's the wrong word. The news. See you later.
And it says, talk to you soon. And then the little smiley face is drawn.
Snaps the book closed. He has like this aghast face as he power walks towards the door, locks it, and tries to snap himself awake.
So as you try and snap yourself awake, you just find yourself sitting, just standing on this plateau. make an insight check.
It's a good thing my insight is a +6. That's a 14.
You know that you have never been able to snap yourself awake out of the meditation. You either wake up naturally or you have had somebody shake you awake.
Fuck. He sits down, crosses his arms. I wonder what happens if I meditate in a meditation. I've got 4 hours. He closes his eyes.
All right. So yeah, you just close your eyes and take deep breaths and enjoy a very, very boring 4-hour period of just not a whole lot happening. So Cori, you have seen Caelum just sit down onto the ground and begins meditating, and the crystal that this gem just sits in his hand. Doesn't do anything.
Cori's gonna just sort of look at that and kind of look a little concerned about it. And it's probably pretty late by now, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't. Oliviette. Oh shoot! When was I supposed to do dinner with Oliviette?
That was in a couple
tonight,
days.
That's in a couple days. Okay. Well, she's either not expecting me or I'd be dropping in on her awful late. So I'm just gonna trance on the roof.
Okay. Climb your way out onto the roof.
Mm-hmm.
All right, got it. And Gwen, what are you currently doing?
She's just gonna curl up in that little nook and then go
Okay.
to sleep. Where's Cybra?
Cybra has just kind of been hanging out this entire time. Hasn't known what's going on at all. You grabbed a bird. You talked to it for a while. She was a little sad she didn't get to eat the bird. And then you just released it back outside. But she just seems to kind of be sitting next to Caelum at this point.
Okay, yeah, she'll cuddle up. She'll like put blankets around it so it's like she's in a little nest. Like she'll tuck him into his legs and his tail, and then like snuggle in and like keep her eyes. She'll basically like have her head on Blake's leg, like keeping an eye on Caelum as long as she can before she falls asleep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, as you guys all go to sleep, and Caelum, you try and meditate within your meditation to really just inception this and try and get the most bang for your sleepy time bucks. Blake, you find yourself. You feel like you're standing, and it's been a little difficult. You were pretty thrashed, so the world spinning around you is definitely not what you were looking forward to. But you feel your feet kind of find purchase on the ground, and then you feel a nice warmth kind of wash over you. And as your eyes open up and look around, you can see that you are in the same room that Makoff had previously had a dreaming with you. And the chairs are next to the fire. The chair closest to the fire is open for you. And you see your blind companion just kind of motion with her hand towards the chair. She says, I'm sorry. I realized that we had said 2 days until I contacted you again. But then I got confused as to whether it was 2 days from the initial contact or 2 days from the day after we had the contact. So I went with 2 days after we had the contact, if that's all right.
Yeah. I guess this is probably better anyways. Good evening.
Pleasure to see you. And she just kind of like pats to the chair next to her.
So here's what's going down.
Rather forward this time around. Not that I'm upset. She just takes a sip of her tea.
Have I told you that, like, Arask and the tall, dark one had history?
I don't believe you did.
Oh, well, they did. And,
good.
Arask knows that I'm here and actually invited me over.
That seems nice. How
I'm
was
not-
it?
Well, I'm not dead. So,
Counted as a win.
yeah, apparently he doesn't hold as much of a grudge as Tarlayan does. So much so that we may actually be homeowners soon.
That's nice. Good for you. Have you seen the
Not
place yet?
No.
Oh.
And actually us getting this place is all dependent on us getting a staff that may have something to do with the Dark Star
Oh.
and giving it to this dragon.
And what would he want with it?
Well, he was eavesdropping on some of my writing, and he seems just as concerned. So I think he's trying to look into it as well.
Well, that's good, to say the least.
But we're probably not going to be here long enough to, enjoy it.
That makes sense. If looking at your travel pattern before has said anything, your group doesn't seem very stationary.
Tarlayan actually had an idea.
Now, Blake, what kind of idea?
Start a business.
And she just like sets her teacup down on a little saucer. Just a business. Like check out the coolest new clothes from Tarlayan, the ancient dragon. Is going to be selling us shoes? Are you going to be a cobbler?
Oh, well, actually, I've been practicing alchemy.
All right. I didn't know that, but it's impressive. So what is this business idea?
I mean, I would like to maybe see if I could find someone who might be able to make potions. We'd be able to sell them, make a little bit of money while we're away.
I appreciate the gesture, but I'm very comfortable in Shroudport right
Oh,
now.
no. I'm aware that I'm just. This is just what's been going on.
No, that's
Although if you have any contacts in Arask who need a place to stay or are perhaps familiar with the craft and are looking for employment.
I know a potion maker in Keygrove, a couple days sail away from Arask. I don't really have any contacts on the island proper, but I could see about getting them in contact with you. How long are you going to be on the island for?
At the very least 2 more days.
All right. It would probably take me at least 3 days one day to talk to him about it. Another day to try and convince him to change his locations, and then he would still be at least a 5-day sail away. But they do good work. It's just a matter of convincing. Do you have a business plan or anything like that?
You don't even have the actual establishment yet, so no.
I would say, as somebody who is a small-time business owner, have a idea of what you want, have a rough guesstimate or a projection on how much you think the overhead will be, your overall cost. Get some kind of plan that you can show somebody. And they'll be more than willing to find investors. My plan was just, I bought this place, now I'm going to set up shop, and I didn't really know what I was doing, well, I know what I'm selling. It's awesome. Kind of weird, but mostly awesome. But if you're looking for people to invest in you, get started, it'd probably help if you had a plan going in.
We're more of a play-by-ear sort of adventuring party. But thank you for the advice. Any news on your front?
I'm
Any requests? Anything that you need from us?
from you all. I honestly didn't think I was in a position to be making requests, but having somebody to talk to every couple of nights is a lot nicer than, trying to talk to Scruff. When he does good, and then he deserves a big sleepy at the end of the day. I wasn't able to find anything on the Dark Star, but I did end up looking more into the Dragon Cult, into the Cult of Tyrants, and I found one name. It was the name of the wizard who died, the one who called himself the Second Coming of the Red. It was Maldus Urzak. That's about as far as I got. It's been very busy. Weather's been getting rather cold, and people have been buying up my heating rocks, actually, rather quickly.
All right. The cult of the dragon and the cult of the winged tyrant, are those two different cults or the same thing?
Same
Okay.
cult.
Might need different names for the same cult anyway. Okay. Say that name one more time.
Maldus Urzak.
Maldus Urzak. Okay.
He was from what I gathered, he was a high-ranking member of the cult. One of 5 figureheads, and he found himself with more power than he was capable of handling.
All right. Quick question. I don't know how much time we have left. Less than 40 minutes in real life, but do you have any advice on how to handle do I know that she's a sea hag?
Yeah. She, at least, that is what you've been told by everybody around. It seemed like Agatha was had said that she was a sea hag as well.
Sea hags?
I don't really have any familiarity with them. Shroudport's the first time I've ever really been near the sea, and I decided to settle here. We've never had a problem with them in the city.
Oh wait, they're Fae. I think.
That checks out. Most hags are.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what I know about sea hags?
Yeah.
Uh, 19.
Okay. So sea hags, are probably the most grotesque looking out of all of the other hags. And typically they are considered to be slightly less powerful than their other variant sisters. But overall, it seems like a lot of their power is derived from being close to the ocean, from being able to manipulate the waters around them. And if you had the chance, you would not want to fight one in water.
Okay, sorry. I just had to do a mind palace thing. Okay, sorry. Anything else that you need to talk about, Makoff?
Well, I don't necessarily have anything I need to talk about, but it's coming back to, I guess, what I want, which is just somebody to talk to. I spend a lot of my time alone, and even when I'm not alone and I have either customers or my companion, I still feel more like I'm just by myself. And maybe that has to do with not being able to see when others are around me. For the most part. But I guess if anything, I would want a friend.
Of course.
So, tell me about yourself. What kind of foods do you like? What's your favorite kind of weather? What do you enjoy?
I like pumpkin bread. And fade to black.
Okay. And as you say that you like pumpkin bread, you actually get a strong smell of a freshly baked loaf in your nose. And as you look around, Makoth is just steadily generating the table with the food items that you list off. She is in control of this dreamscape, and that is where we'll fade to black. And then, Caelum, you are the first to wake up tomorrow morning, having tried to spend a solid 3.5 hours meditating within a meditation, but really you just listen to the sounds of distant chaos, just strong winds.
He's gonna look down at his hands.
And there is still a purple gem staring back at you.
Okay. He's gonna just go for a handkerchief in his pocket, wrap it up, and then stash it in his bag.
Okay.
All the way at the bottom.
Tuck that way deep down.
Tuck that in your baggage, boy. Yeah.
It's right here, and then one day I'll die.
Oh no. He's just gonna cyber awake.
Yeah, Cyber wakes up with you, and you look over and you see that Gwen has made a little nest in between Blake's tail and legs, and Blake is just snoring soundly.
Adjust the blankets over them. Take Cyber out for a walk.
All right. And as you are continuing your walk, you go through one of the city's small beautification projects that they have, and you just see that Oakenheel is like steadily looking up and has some fresh foliage in their teeth and just munching down, and then lowers their head again and just continues to eat.
As Caelum passes by, pats him on the rump, walks away.
Yeah, and you
He has
just
some things to process.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Cori, make a perception check.
15.
All right, so sitting from atop the Grey Boar's Tavern, as you come out of your trance and kind of just get your bearings about you, you can see that Caelum is walking off with Cybra, and he just seems to be heading in the direction of the eastern side of the island.
All right.
He just seems to be casually walking. He's not like running away like he was last time with all of his stuff over his shoulders. No, he just seems to be taking Cybra for a walk.
All right. That's nothing suspect about that. Do I want to follow him? Does he want a friend? What is my next move? What the hey? Coriander will hop down and try to catch up with him.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Ooh, that's great. I said sarcastically. But my athletics may be able to carry me to victory. 14.
Yeah, 14's fine. You manage to kind of scale along the side of this building, Assassin's Creed style, until you get down to the ground and then chase after Caelum.
All right. Caelum!
As you are chasing up next, running up next to him, you actually pass by and lock eyes with Oakenheel, who just has what look to be some very vibrant flowers in his mouth, and he just keeps eating.
I give him a stern point as I run
Gives
by.
you a bashful eye, like he bats his eyelashes at you.
I chase down Caelum. Caelum!
Oh, hey, Cori.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's like
So how
4 a.m.
Good morning indeed. Whoa. What about that not sun? Moon. That's what it's called. Hi.
it is a beautiful moon.
It is a beautiful moon. I'm taking Cybra for a walk.
I can see that. So how was your trance?
It was good.
No ravens come see you in the night?
Nope. Just went to the library. Everything's okay.
Good. What about your memory?
Yeah, that's stored away.
You were able to remember it?
Yep. Totally. Completely. It's all there.
That doesn't seem like a very good lie. I got 15 on the die.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, you did?
Shit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I rolled for.
Good. That's fantastic, Caelum.
Yep.
I was worried.
Oh, it's everything's fine. It's tucked away, safe and sound. It'll surface again, hopefully. What?
Well, that's very good. That means that if we can track down where they're keeping those memories, then perhaps we can distribute them to the people that they've been stealing them from.
Well, Saloon did tell me that sometimes the memories can't be fixed.
Oh.
So, yeah. I mean, that's a problem for future us, though, right?
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, we can't save everyone, but it's always our duty to try. Because sometimes it does work out.
Sometimes it does. How was your trance?
Oh, it was all right.
Okay. Just gonna keep walking, Cybra.
Actually, I had a lovely memory.
Oh?
Fade to black.
Oh.
It's one time with Coralon.
I remembered this one time I read a story about Coralon.
At some point, if Corey has broken off from them and Caelum's walking Cybra on the beach, he just like puts his face into her fur and screams.
I like it. All right, so your guys' early morning walk ends up coming to a close, and you find your way back to the Grey Boar Tavern. And it is around that time that Gwen, you feel Blake beginning to move and stir.
And she kind of like sits up from the what? Her hair's just. What's up, dude?
Didn't you have another room?
I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. Fuck my head. Sure.
You drank a lot last night, dude.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You lit your hands on fire.
Oh, that's not a new occurrence.
No, I know. I'm just telling you that you did it.
Oh.
Probably shouldn't do that while you're drunk.
The alcohol might make it burn brighter. And it
Or
might
blue.
be really cool.
I mean, I was there. It was pretty cool, but... You want coffee?
Sure. Takes out the chalice.
Oh, can you, like, just 5 seconds?
Hey, I'm not doing it outside.
I know, but let me just get my pants on. Just puts her, puts pants on, puts her tunic on, and, like, puts her leathers on. All right.
Who was
That's
that?
12.
Ooh.
Woo!
That's a good 12. All right. I'm so sorry. I must be right back.
Sure. So, like, you need to talk about anything? And I was gone for a while.
I talked to Makath last night.
Oh. Like in a dream?
Yeah.
Cool. What was it about?
I don't know. We just mostly talked.
It's kind of a lame dream, dude.
Gwen,
What?
I told you we're getting a house from a Rask, right?
It was mentioned, but I don't really understand it, so... I mean, other things were more important, so I kind of glossed it.
Right. We're leaving, right, from here in a few weeks, days.
Yeah, I assume so. That's what Cori said.
Awesome.
I want to start a business.
Of what?
I want to sell potions,
Oh.
and I don't have a plan. And I need to come up with a plan.
Oh, Gwen kind of just like looks from side to side. Okay.
I'm not asking for your help. I'm just saying it's the thing that I need to think about.
Okay, yeah, no. If you want to bounce ideas off me, that's fine. I probably won't be much help, but I'm here to listen.
That's all I got. That was my stalling.
Oh, so did you you just sat and talked? I've never had a dream where I just sit and talk with someone.
Well, I think it was less of just like a dream and more like some sort of warlock stuff.
What?
Like, I think Like it was like real, like the communication really happened. Not like it was just a dream where that happened. I don't typically dream.
Oh.
Or at least I
is
don't
this
remember
magic
them.
shit? Wait.
Yeah.
Wasn't a dream? It was just you actually talking in Bakoth while you were sleeping?
Yeah.
Well, that's lame. I mean, no offense, I guess. Your pants are over there, by the way. And she's gonna like walk to the door, open it, close it.
Oh, I am naked.
God damn it.
Yeah, and Gwen, when you go downstairs, that is when you see your 2 elven companions and Cybra have all returned.
Well, hello, lovebirds. I don't know. It's early. Is there coffee? Graybeard!
Yeah, just a moment! And you hear what sounds like pots and pans clattering from the back.
Oh, God damn.
I hate that thing!
What was that?
And at that, you see Graybeard come out with several cups of coffee, and he just says, "That is an abomination against a man." And he just kind of sets down mugs of coffee in front of all of you, all nice, hot, and steaming. And
Whatever it is, it sounds needy.
It is.
I think
I put food in front of it, and within an hour, it's just doing that. Just that meowling noise.
I do that when I drink.
Maybe it's saying thank you?
Oh.
In the only way it knows how.
Nope. That is a cry of the infernal if I have ever heard one.
Gwen, you don't have like a hellish meow when you drink. You know what? I'll have
Eggwitch?
I'll have some eggwitch, yes.
Eggwitches. Eggwitch is coming right up. And then
Sounds good.
Graybeard heads off to go and fetch breakfast. And as he leaves, Blake, that is when you make your way downstairs.
Coffee. Slides it over.
You want a slap from Cori?
You want a slap from me?
Yes to both.
Oh.
Gwen gets down.
Like slams the coffee cup on the table.
She's gonna get up on the table and she's just, she's like gonna relish in this. Okay, all right, turn around.
What?
What?
Wait, why do I have to turn around?
Just do it, and she's gonna shove you,
Okay.
and then she's gonna smack him on the ass. Good game. And then she's gonna get down and go back to her coffee.
That was not helpful,
Help me.
and I'm kind of uncomfortable. Cori,
Am I supposed to slap someone?
I'm not feeling super great after last night. Would you mind hearing me?
You want me to do the thing where I and
Yes,
you?
please. If it's not going to drain you too much.
Oh, of course not. I get stronger every day through the power of Corlon. And she will just boop him on the forehead.
Ah.
And helping others makes me stronger.
So we're fighting a hack today?
Yep. We're not taking the troll boat, are we?
That's kind of weird. I mean, I've done some weird shit, but that's kind of weird, right? Like riding in the skin of a sentient being.
No, from what Agatha was saying, she transmutated a actual troll into a boat.
So it doesn't have any skin at all. It is a boat.
It's a wooden boat, but it used to be a troll.
Many people used to be a lot of things.
So are we like sitting on its face?
Or did we decide to wait another day for...
It doesn't have a face. It's a boat.
But if it had a poop deck, would it be its butt?
That is something that I do not want to think about.
I don't
What
know.
would its rudder
Maybe,
be?
what part of the boat is it?
Caleb, high
Pat.
five. I mean, I'm kind of really interested in this troll boat now. I'm not gonna lie.
Did we decide to wait another day until Olivia could take us to where we need to go, or did we decide?
I thought because if we were to do that, we'd have to expense her boat. Because we'd have to commission her for the job.
Trying not to spend money.
How interested in the troll boat are we?
I mean, it's just a boat.
I want to see it.
All right. Let's go see Agatha.
Okay. If we don't feel good about this troll boat, then we can back out anytime we like.
Cool.
All right. So you guys are making your way to Agatha's.
Yeah.
All right. So as you continue moving, making your way through the city, Cori, as you guys are exiting, you look over and you see that Oakenheel is just standing in this large field. It seems to have been, to have at least moved over to where he was told he could graze. And just like looks at you and kind of like gives you a solid nod as you continue by, and you guys make your way down these the switchbacks that last that take you a couple hours in the morning until eventually you find yourself on the beach, walking up to the hermit shack where you know that Agatha resides. And as you come out, and as you come upon the shack, you can see that she is. It looks like she's crocheting something. She's just kind of like sitting on the porch, just like working with some needle.
What is she crocheting with?
It looks like yarn from where you guys are.
That's nice. She has a hobby.
What sort of instrument is she crocheting with?
She's using what looks to be 2 long fish teeth.
Wow. It's really impressive that she managed to learn how to crochet with knitting needles.
Yep, she's knitting.
Shut up,
No,
Cori.
it's okay. These are the kinds of things that need to be discussed. So yeah, she's knitting.
That's nice. She
Way
has
to
a
nitpick.
Wow.
That's it,
Coming
that's
for your
the show
memories
that I came up with
next.
Today.
It's all right. So yeah,
On the
she's
way
knitting.
Down, on the way down, Gwen would have told them of the conversation that she had with Gray Skull, like just in passing. Yeah, and then he tried to beat the shit out of me.
Oh.
And then we talked, and it was fine.
Well,
Right.
as long as you're fine.
But we have to practice together. We have to train together, to work together, to
I mean-
get stronger, to protect each other.
That was kind of the point about doing that on the boat. But we kind of just split off.
Yeah. So I'll bench press Blake, and then Cori and Caelum can do their little dancy thing that they do.
Fancy thing.
Fancy.
I don't know. Magic. She does magic fingers.
thing.
And then I assume we get up to the...
Yeah, and as you come up, Agatha sets her knitting needles down to the side. I want to say thank you because otherwise I would have just kept saying the wrong thing. So thank you for letting me know what her actual hobby was because I was bad at words. So she sets down her knitting supplies and then looks over at the 4 of you and just says, "You're supposed to come yesterday."
Sorry, we had a meeting with the dragon.
I don't care who you had a meeting with. It's rude to tell people you got plans and then change them.
Sorry.
Could have at least sent a note. Had a kobold fly down and let me know. I didn't have to wait all day. But here you are.
You're right, Agatha. That was wrong of us, and we apologize.
Very rude. She kind of like stands up onto the sand and then walks over to the 4 of you. So, You've come for which part? You going to fight bird people? Off them, get me my herbs. Coming to take care of my sister? Got your own boat?
Today we're hoping to tackle your sister.
Ah, good. I got something very, very important I want you to get for me.
What is that?
It's my favorite mug.
Oh.
She
What does
took
it
it when
look
she
like?
left. It looks like, well, so you know how sometimes you can get a soup bowl that contains the perfect amount of liquid in it and then you just have a handle? It's like one of those.
Ah.
It was mine and she took it. She knew how much I liked that mug.
Do you have any other descriptors, like your name on it?
Says number 1 sister on it.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, she was really mean.
Oh, she didn't earn that at all.
No,
Wait.
I did. It was my mug.
Wait, did she give you that mug?
Yes. She gave it to me and then when she left, she took it with her.
Oh, that's so rude. Everybody knows that there's no such thing as takesy
It
backsy.
was the perfect amount of liquid. The perfect amount. I've been trying to find another mug that holds the exact same amount, but it's just not the same. It's really attached to it.
Okay.
Make
Mug.
sure to put that mug back for you.
Please and thank you. Now, last time you had said that you wanted to see some of these magic items that I'd be willing to offer as thank yous.
Mm-hmm.
So, come with me. She just kind of like goes into the hut and opens up the door. And you guys can see that she doesn't have carpet or floor. It just looks like the back of a very large crab. Like it has that carapace-like shell on the bottom. And as she walks over it, you can hear just kind of like a clattering as her long toenails scrape across the back of this crab. And then you see her go over to a chest, open it up, and start rifling through it. And as she does, she begins digging through and pulls out a bottle and just tosses it over her shoulder. And as the bottle hits across the ground, it breaks open and you just hear this, oh, as this small little like ghost-looking thing escapes from it. She tosses a shell over her shoulder and she starts just looking through and rifling through some other things until eventually she has something slung over her shoulder, and then Blake, you notice this very quickly, but you see her grab what looks to be a small bolt pouch, and then she also has one other thing on her person that she pulls out, which is what looks to be a torch. And then she turns around. She says, "Right, if you do this for me, you can have one of these. One of these 3. So what we got here, we got walloping bolts. And I see you got a crossbow on you. Well, with these, if you hit somebody with it, then there's a chance you could knock them straight down. Regardless of how big they are, ass over tea kettle onto the ground. And we got this." She holds up the torch and kind of like smacks it against her hand a couple times, and then you see that flames just come up on the end of the torch. She puts her hands through the flames. They don't burn. It's ever burning, so you can submerge it underwater. It still shines bright. It's a good torch. And then there's this. And she holds up what looks to be the size of a tabard for like what you would wear over your armor. But what you can see is that there are, it looks like 3 wolf heads that are all howling at a singular moon that is on this. And she says, "This what we got here is the 3 wolves surcoat. Keeps your armor perfectly clean underneath. So if you find yourselves being dirty a lot of the time, or you don't want your armor dirtied, you put on this boy. This bad puppy." And she's like making like animal biting noises at the 3 wolves that are on the front of this surcoat.
How many walloping bolts is she offering?
She is offering 3.
Okay. So we'll think about it. on our boat ride back after we've dispatched your sister.
And you need the boat. You need my troll boat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can take you to him. I can teach you how to feed it, just in case you find yourselves out for a wash. Gonna need some fish. So go over, be a dear. She points towards a barrel that's over near the door. You there, tall, pale one.
Yes?
Reach inside it. You're gonna want to pull out at least 3 fish.
You know, Farron always taught me not to stick my arm down into holes. That's how you lose it and get a cool mechanical one, but...
Well, that sounds
No.
like you would want to stick your arm in a hole then.
But then you lose your arm, Caleb says.
It's
as
cool
he's,
and mechanical.
shoving his hand into the barrel.
Yeah, well, like, you pop open the lid of the barrel and you just see that there is a bunch of dead fish that have all been, like, not very well preserved. They seem moderately fresh.
There's a gag.
The smell hits you all at once for that, yeah.
3 or 4?
3 should be fine.
Cool.
You're gonna want to make sure that when you poke them, they still, like, have a little bit of give to them. Yeah. So you manage to pull out these 3, and she grabs a stick, and you can see it's just like a driftwood walking stick. And she begins to kind of just lead you guys out of her little hermitage shack. And then, yes.
Question. Are there any, like, vials full of teeth or, like, random trinkets?
There's tons of random trinkets scattered throughout this place.
Cool. Are there any, like, bone necklaces or something?
Make a perception check.
Okay. This dice, I swear to God. That's a 17 plus 3.
There are a variety of fish bone necklaces that also have like seashells in them. They don't look like people bones, but you do see that there is one that looks like it is it has longer like rib bones coming down from the sides, and then in the center is the lower jaw of what looked to be a very bitey fish.
Does Gwen know enough about hags to know that it's probably not a good idea to steal from them?
Make a history check.
I rolled a 4. I have -1.
No, there's never been any problem with it.
She is going to swipe it as soon as the hag leaves the hut.
Okay,
thing.
make a sleight of hand check. All right. So
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away.
So yeah.
Die.
So the hag continues walking out with Caelum and Blake in tow. Cori, you look over and you see that Gwen's hand is reaching out for what looks like a really cool necklace and is kind of giving the side eye to the back of Agatha, like, she's not looking. This is totally gonna be mine.
Gwen,
What?
are you trying to steal that?
It's cool.
Stealing is wrong.
You're wrong.
Not objectively.
But look how cool it is.
It does look pretty sweet.
Does it appear to be magical in any way?
Not that you can tell on first glance.
We don't steal.
You don't steal.
Well, you don't steal so long as I can see you.
Okay. She's gonna wait for Cori to leave the tent.
Cori's gonna like stand there for a second. And then realize what she's trying to do here. And She's going to like raise her eyebrows and just like nod her head towards the door.
Fine. Gwen is gonna stomp out the door.
Cori will follow her out. I mean, you could probably ask her for it.
Yeah, but it would have been easier to just steal it. Do you know how easy it is to just take things? I mean, like, that's what I did when I was with the Goliaths. You just went in and you took stuff. It was great.
Being a hero doesn't mean doing the easy thing.
Are we heroes? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, I'm trying to be.
Oh, shit. Ugh. I will get back to you on that one.
I mean, I'm working against the forces of nature and darkness.
I mean, yeah, there's like saving the world and like being good. I would say I'm like at least a neutral.
Saving the
Maybe
world
even
isn't
chaotically. I don't know.
I don't like labels, but saving the world isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, and if I had that sweet necklace, I'd look amazing doing it.
I will get you a necklace.
Sweet.
No, I'm gonna actually write that down. So.
All right. And with that,
Little note.
I think that is where we will call it for this evening. So, first and foremost, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stick with us through this adventure. Thank you so much to all of you wonderful players for putting up with my bullshit each and every week, because it's fun. Yeah, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the show, but you can catch me on Twitter and Twitch at RJustice282, where I tweet some of the nerdier stuff in my life and stream Overwatch and sometimes talk about how my feelings are right now. Fuck. You can also catch me on the Tuesday night show as Hubris, the Tiefling Warlock, on Dragon Deep Water Heist. Wait, no. Water Deep Dragon Heist. I keep doing that every single fucking week.
It's infectious. All right, next up, LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp, play Gwen, and I'm still in Gwen mode. But I am also here on Tuesday nights playing Ghost, which I'm way more chill for. And then on Fridays, I'm on Pro Restarter's channel for Birthright, which is a D&D game where the sass is real. The sass is super real. We're getting into some deeper emotions, and my character actually got to talk to her god, which is not something I don't think I've ever done in a game before, besides obviously the face-to-face when I was dead on Tuesday nights.
Oops.
And then on Sundays you can catch me on Encounter Roleplay's channel. I play a 17-year-old girl named Abby who has crazy spider legs and metal powers and just wants to be left alone, but everyone else wants to get high. So, you know, it's like fucking...
It's a show.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good show. All right. Cyberwolf, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi. You can find me on Twitter at twitch.tv. You can find me on Twitter at Cyberwolf1201. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Cyberwolf1201, where I play video games badly, very badly, and talk about lore. Still going through Breath of the Wild. I think we did all the story stuff. So now it's just going to be like finding shrines and Korok seeds for the next couple of weeks. So I'm sure that's going to be a lot of lo-fi gaming content that you can come and join in and get in very heated discussions about what constitutes a dip and what constitutes a sauce.
Son of a bitch.
It's spread into a game that we were playing as I was watching your stream. We were playing Overwatch. I was like, he just started talking about barbecue sauce, guys. Quality.
So lots of fun stuff there, and you get to see my doggo, which, I mean, it's cute.
Great.
Besides that, for other role-playing content, you can obviously find me here on Monday, and that's it. You can find me on Thursdays on Pro Restar's channel, where I'm playing the little things. My shifter finally shifted.
Oh.
It was neat. we're about to fight a sea hag in that game too. Besides that, if you want, you can go on YouTube and listen to the podcast that Kyle with an N and I record, where we get drunk and do parkour and talk about stuff. It's called Let's Talk About It. It's real good. Just uploaded the last video of our season 1 today, and got a whole bunch of really nice assets for season 2 and beyond. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll get that on Anchor FM and get that everywhere else. So yeah, lots of good stuff there. Open for Adventure, they're good. Follow them. That's all I got.
That's fair. And Danae, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, my name's Wings, or Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do drawings and things that are mostly related to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really into tieflings right now, like I always am. I'm always into tieflings. So if you want to see pictures of tieflings, go to DanaeKeener.com.
That's fair. Hello everybody. If you've made it this far, you probably already knew this, but I am the Indoor Adventurer, and you are watching twitch.tv/The Indoor Adventurer. If you are just showing up now and want to find out what the hell it is that we've been talking about for the last however long it is that you've joined, you can check us out at youtube.com/The Indoor Adventurer to check out any of the VODs, or if you're an audiocast person, you can check us out at anchor.fm/Indoor Adventures or indooradventures.podbean.com. And through those links, we are on iTunes, Spotify, aka the Spoofy, Overcast, Stitcher. All of the audiocast apps that you could possibly want will be there for you. We also have a Patreon set up, so if you go to patreon.com/The Indoor Adventurer, you can help support the channel with a sweet donation, as well as find yourself as a character in this game, as our dear friend Greybeard has, as well as our dear friend JD Lady did when you guys were going through the Hollowed Ark. Also, if you guys have Twitch Prime, or if you guys have Amazon Prime and you want to link Twitch with it, you get 1 free sub. So hey, you should come and maybe sub to the channel, possibly. As well as, if you're watching this somewhere, leave us a comment and let us know how we're doing, so that way, if our audio is too low or something weird is like that, we can fix it for you. But until then, I think that's it. So we're going to be going into our after show, which patrons will be able to get exclusive access to, where we answer questions from the community. So I know that we have some questions that are going to be from each of the players. So we're going to be answering those to the best of our ability. But until next time, we will see you guys later. All right, everybody.